Hey everyone. Before this episode, Tragic here just wants to let you know A, sorry for being out for so long, and B, we were having some issues on bathroom then, so as such we had him phone in, and we used my microphone in order to capture all of it. That might explain the difference in the audio quality. I hope it doesn't make too much of a difference, and hope you guys enjoy the episode. For hello. I know it's been quite a while before y'all have ever seen us again. It's back to your favorite two buffoon blunderers in this porcelain throne, this bathtub, this sink of brink. It is back to the bathroom. Pew 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 pew.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Tragic Melody.
And I'm bathroom.
I almost forgot my name. That's how long it's been since we've done an actual episode.
I know.
Oh, we've been busy in this year. You know, we've been orchestrating a lot of the things that happened in 2025, especially toward the end with the government shutdown. We were having to work behind the scenes to get everything back in order. Me on the East Coast, working in New York, trying to make sure that everyone was prepped and ready. Especially as soon as Mom Donnie won, I just working the whole time, public relations and all that stockbroken stuff. And then you were busy in Washington, weren't you?
Actually, I was in Minneapolis running a Somali daycare.
Oh yeah,
So
true,
yeah.
true. So where are all the kids?
Well, the kids don't really exist per se. I was just saying that the kids existed so I could get money from the government. But yeah, 2 million a year. Who would have thought it was that easy to make money?
Hey, who
Who
knew?
would?
Hey, who knew that having sex was profitable? Up every OnlyFans girl.
Well, OnlyFans girls don't really have sex. They just post their bodies. Some of them have sex, but usually it's the ones who post their bodies who can make the most money.
Honestly,
Um,
honestly, I think I'd be great at it. Anyway, bathroom. What's today's soap of the day?
Today's soap of the day is arepas flavored soap,
Arepas.
sponsored by Lockheed Martin and Boeing. This is
Oh,
today's.
don't forget Andrew.
Yep, them too, of course, and
Yeah,
Chevron.
Andrew, the U.S.'s favorite AI company because it's helping them do what they do best: spreading freedom.
Yes, sir. And freedom was spread today. It was spread today, unlike any other day. Who said 2026 was going to be a boring year?
Yeah, I woke up, I looked at my phone, and then I just see I just see an Instagram picture of Trump's tweet, and I was like, oh, I wonder what he did today. And it just said like, we have invaded Venezuela, and I'm like, Nani, the fuck? I'm like, excuse me, what? What did we do? What? Why? And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, all right, well, it's been nice having a normal childhood. It's been nice having a normal young adulthood. It's been nice having a nice adulthood and family, and now the U.S. has decided, you know what? World War III, let's go, baby.
Your reaction is
How did you
actually.
hear about it?
Well, I heard about it online as well. I was on Twitter or X, formerly Twitter, when I saw a picture of. First, I saw a video of the capital, Caracas, being bombed, and I said to myself, "Wait a minute, is this just like some faulty power grid or like I don't know a gas leak, as what happens in third world countries?" But no, I read the text and it said the U.S. was bombing Venezuela, and I was like, "What the fuck?" This this is so weird.
I think I didn't see that video, but like since you're working in Washington and also you're involved with the military space, did you watch it happen? And a little bit like a ESPN
Yeah.
highlights, you were watching it, you're like, oh yeah, that's classic work of like Lockheed Martin's B-53 or like Anduril A-82 3 bomber. Like, did you watch the explosions? You're like, oh, I know exactly which bomb they used for that one. It's one of my all-time favorites. I'm glad they used that one for that exact purpose.
Oh yeah, yeah. I was getting off to a lot of the videos. It was like watching a Michael Bay movie. Really enjoyable stuff. But in all seriousness, luckily nobody died in the attacks, and no one was hurt. I think the soldier on both sides. Um, but the
Hold on, I'm
big,
gonna listen, let me just see what the tweet that Trump said exactly. Because I'm pretty sure you saw his tweet. I also saw his tweet. Well, you saw like the bombing first, and then you saw the tweet. Oh, he doesn't even tweet anymore. Isn't it on like Truth Social or whatever his thing is? That's kind of crazy. We have to look at the U.S. is we have to look at his like owned media in order to see updates about the United States of America. You know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, you know what they say. You can stretch the truth on Truth Social. That's what it's for.
Let's see. Oh, here. So here's what we say. Let me do it in his voice. Oops, that's the wrong one. Nope. Where's the one where he said he bombed him? Where? Okay. I'm specifically trying to find the one where it says, okay, Trump, Venezuela, Truth Social. You'd think he would have it up. Maybe I should be looking on Google. Oh God, I hate this.
What happened? What are you looking at?
I'm trying to find it, but I think I was looking at the wrong site. I was using Brave browsers, which by the way, the sponsor of today's video. You don't want the government looking in on your little secrets. You don't want that orange man telling you knowing exactly what you like to diddle to your doodle to. Well, use Brave browser, and then he will still be able to do that, but you will feel like he won't. Brave browser. Use our code
Listen,
bathroom to get 20% extra because they hate that we still exist and that we're saying we're sponsored by them.
listen. You have to search up. I think
Oh, here
you're
we go. Here we
searching
go.
up.
Here's the tweet. Here's the tweet. It's just like the site I was using wasn't great. God damn it! Why won't let me click on it and make it bigger? All right. So here's real time what I was thinking when I saw Donald J. Trump. I'm like, damn, what do you do this time? It said the United States of America successfully carried out. I was like, oh well, I guess let's see what we do. The bombing of Venezuela and its leader, and then I was like, I'm sorry, what? What did we do to Venezuela? Why? President Nicolas Maduro, who captured and flown out of the country. I'm like, okay, so at least we didn't kill their leader. That's a little bit better. This operation, oh, my bad. This operation was a great move by law enforcement. Details to follow. There will be a news conference today in Mar-a-Lago. Damn, do you think they had to pay money to get into Mar-a-Lago? I'm like, freaking the hell. Of course, he's doing updates at his own personal club. Freaking and Grifton. Thank you for the attention to this matter. President Trump out. But yeah, that's what he said.
Yeah, yeah. So I had seen the tweet, and initially I thought, well, they just conducted a bombing campaign. But the biggest surprise of all was that what he said about kidnapping the leader.
Oh yeah, but
They
also, do we think this is good or bad? Bombing Venezuela? I think I at first thought it was bad, but apparently people are celebrating that. Venezuelans especially are celebrating it, so I'm not sure. So do you think it's good or bad?
Well, it sets a very dangerous precedent. The U.S. can bomb countries with impunity. I mean, look, it's not like they haven't done this before. Obviously, many, many examples
Yeah, but Venezuela didn't even
arise.
have oil this time.
They do have oil. In fact, they have the largest oil reserves in the entire world.
Oh, so we're just
Uh,
spreading. Freedom, Crisco style.
exactly, exactly. It's no different to Iraq or Afghanistan or any other of their America's freedom experiments. Venezuela has the largest oil reserves in the world, and I'm going to teach you why. I'm going to tell you super quickly in a TLDR as to what happened. So basically, before Hugo Chavez came to power, who was the predecessor of Nicolas Maduro, the current president or former president, now that he's under U.S. Jurisdiction,
Was he known as a
uh,
good president, Maduro?
no, absolutely not. He was basically a dictator and communist and a man who basically turned the Venezuelan currency into the weakest currency in the entire world. Literally, the Venezuelan dollar, or whatever it's called, is worth nothing because of him.
And according to
But
Republican, that's what Mamdani's going to do with New York. All your New York bus tokens are going to be worthless after this, because that's
yeah,
the.
I think Trump might do a bombing campaign on New York and kidnap Mamdani after. But
Mamdani will write a fire rap while he's in prison.
yeah, I know. He's like a rapper guy, right?
I
He
don't think
does
he
some.
is. I think he's just a Gen Z dude. Okay, I think he's like definitely older than Gen Z, but he's definitely just a pretty hip dude. His rap was really funny and it just screamed YouTube.
I mean, he's like a very metrosexual guy, like a very cool hip guy who like kind of embodies New York in its It's like sort of weird brownness. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then we got that one Silwask dude who embodied the other side of New York.
That guy should have won. Let's be real. The beret's pretty cool.
I think he knew he wasn't going to win, but he decided to just garner support for his next campaign.
You think so? It was like a tactical decision.
I mean, yeah, it's like he became known in this race by having his name out there, being known as, hey, this guy's actually pretty cool, and he can answer questions the same way Mamdani does, but in a funny way that remains in people's memories. So he becomes the funnier version of Zorhan. And then right now, Mamdani stands for a lot of things. And I think, depending on whatever happens with Mamdani, he still has the ability to take the opposite approach of whatever Mamdani, like whatever people don't like about Mamdani, he can say, hey, I stand for these things. Because his first campaign is basically just him being known for funny stuff. So that when he runs, you know what I mean? It's like it's like a giggle. It's like a giggle trap. People will remember him. So when he comes up again, he can just become what they need. Like think about Trump. He said a lot of really funny one-liners. Well, funny, quote unquote. Really, he just said like entertaining things, and he became what certain people wanted, which was a Republican conservative push. So I think that might be what Silwas is going to do for the next campaign with New York. I think he's going to do the Democrat version of that.
That'd be nice. Jojo Siwa's been shot like 7 times, so having a guy who's been shot in office, it's like you can expect what's going to happen to him if he fucks up.
Yeah. So moving on about Venezuela, and then he devalued the currency.
Yeah, so basically, Nicolas Maduro, the current president who's been kidnapped, just basically destroyed the Venezuelan economy. But
which is why people are celebrating him. To be clear,
exactly. It's why so many Venezuelans are happy right now, because let's be real, he was a shit leader, and yeah, of course the citizens are going to be happy. But the guy who preceded him, Hugo Chavez, when he came to power, Venezuela was actually not doing too well, and they actually followed the free market model. You see, the economy was like centered around oil already, but the oil was privatized, and most of the companies that were excavating, drilling, refining, whatever oil in Venezuela were American companies. You know, they left a lot of equipment over there. They were the ones in charge of refining the oil, selling the oil, whatever, etc. But Hugo Chavez, when he came to power, he nationalized the oil, and he collected all the he nationalized the oil, and sorry, not collected the oil rents, but he basically
collected the equipment the U.S. left behind.
Exactly, collected the equipment.
Cool. So we Taliban them again.
Basically, yes, but when Hugo Chavez was in power, at least for the majority of his rule, Venezuela became the richest country in all of Latin America, the wealthiest, most prosperous country in all of Latin America.
Without cocaine.
And yeah, exactly, without cocaine. But actually, to be fair, Venezuela does have a lot of like narco trafficking, drug trafficking.
I mean, that's more so it being part of Latin America. That's like saying a Scandinavian country is happy or has good health care or whatever. I'm like, that's kind of part of that. It's not anything specific to them.
Yeah, you're right. It's just kind of like you just have.
It's just part of the environment, the ambiance, you know.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, look, there's a palm tree, a toucan, a woman with a big ass, and a guy selling cocaine to another guy. It's like kind of the whole shebang.
That's Miami. In Latin America, you just see people walking around with a bunch of leaves, and then 30 people with guns pointing both at and away from him, walking him somewhere.
Exactly.
Coca leaves, Coca-Cola leaves. Not kidding.
Well, I really hope Coke puts cocaine back in their drinks. Anyways, the point is, yeah. So Hugo Chavez basically turns the economy into a wonderful one. Venezuela becomes the richest and most prosperous country in Latin America. In fact, many people from Europe and America, like the United States, moved to Venezuela because of the opportunities there, particularly in the oil and energy sector. But once Hugo Chavez gets sick and he passes away, Nicolas Maduro takes power, and the economy literally nosedives. It just collapses. And he does not want to leave power. Like, just he doesn't want to leave. So in Venezuela, they have elections. He rigs the elections. He cancels the elections. He circumvents the democracy and the democratic processes. And Nicolas Maduro basically remains in power as a dictator. Now, this is where it gets interesting. The people don't like him. This much is known. However, even though the people don't like him, he gets support from another U.S. enemy, Cuba. In fact, most of the security detail in Venezuela is Cuban. They're Cubans from Cuba. A lot of government officials and people who pay off government officials in Venezuela are Cubans. In fact, it kind of can be said that Cuba colonized, politically colonized Venezuela.
I'm so proud of them. We've taught them so well.
We did, so that this sort of communist regime can remain in power, even at the detriment of its own people, and to the ire of them as well. So basically, you have a country which is run by a dictator who's supported by other dictators in Cuba, who basically as well siphon off their oil revenues to Russia and China, who are making deals in the country regarding the oil.
Okay, yeah. So he basically turned Venezuela into a piggy bank for the rich and powerful.
Basically, exactly. As a lot of these regimes do, happen to turn out. And then basically Trump is like, okay, look, I need a victory. It's not looking good for me here. What can I do?
Deficit files are out, yeah.
I know what I can do. I can get rid of this communist dictator who's propped up by Cuba, Russia, and China. I can take back the oil, quote unquote take back, because it's not really the U.S.'s oil, even though it was private companies that mined the oil in the first place. But still, it's not still theirs. It still belongs to Venezuela. It's under.
And you saw the follow up, right? How Trump said that the U.S. has taken control of Venezuela. So basically, we got another Puerto Rico on our hands.
Yep, you know what that means. More Venezuela.
Except that there's actually oil.
And baddies.
Yeah.
What do you mean,
audience, you can tell me when comparing Puerto Ricans and the rest of Latin America, Venezuela's kind of okay.
Okay, I see how it is. Anyways,
to all our Venezuelan followers, just know you got the men very sexy, the women,
Oh, I didn't know you swung that way.
I didn't. I just know that we're more likely to have men listeners than women listeners.
I don't think we have a single female listener. So I guess
we have two actually.
Wait, really? Do we actually?
My ex-girlfriends that follow this.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Hey, listen, I will build our following one nightstand at a time.
You're doing God's work here.
I really think God would approve of our podcast.
Yeah, you're right, actually.
In fact, hail to the Son and the Mighty Father. I don't even know how to do a Christian prayer at all.
Hail to the Son, the Father, and the Holy Ghost.
The Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. KKK all over. Wait. Sorry, wrong one.
Were you just going to say what I think you're just going to say?
Hyperbole. I'm kidding. Anyway. So continue. Tell me about Venezuela.
Trump needed a victory. Trump needed a win. So,
he got a win.
Objective. Oust the communist dictator propped by the three enemies of the U.S. 1. 2, take control of the oil, which Venezuela has a shit ton of. 2. And
Crisco.
3, make it big and loud so that people forget about the fact that Trump fucked a 13-year-old and then killed her.
Well, no. He fucked a 13-year-old, got her pregnant, and threw the baby into the Michigan River.
Yeah, sorry, that's what I meant. And also make people forget about that as well. So, just reminding you
that he's trying to make you forget about that.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. You can just forget about it.
I already forgot about it. I don't even know what you're talking about.
Memory hold, yeah. That Venezuela bomb actually erased that part of my brain.
I didn't know you were there. But
the bomb.
basically, yeah, he that's what happened, and he actually succeeded. Do you know Delta Force? Are you familiar with Delta Force? It's a part of
Del-
the U.S. military.
I'm aware of Delta Force, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's very impressive. Like, you have to give it to them. In 2 hours, without sustaining any casualties at all, they just went in and grabbed him. The president of Venezuela. They just basically tore through the Venezuelan security forces, put him on a plane, and extracted him back to the U.S. Like,
Yeah, it's crazy. I actually managed to interview the leader of Delta Force, and I asked him if he'd ever done this before. He said, "Yeah, he did a few years ago in 2001, or sometime around like fall. He
oh,
got a bunch of really high level people out of a situation, and then they set off some bombs behind him."
oh, I mean, they must be really skilled then.
Yeah, yeah,
Shit, I
yeah,
don't
yeah.
know.
He said that America will quote never forget his handiwork.
And that's why they're the best.
Yeah, Delta
Delta
Force.
the best. Yeah, and they grabbed him, put him on a plane, and now he's going to be in a cell with Diddy soon. And no, that's not
Did he
even a joke.
specifically?
Yeah, you might think I'm joking, but you can actually look this up. He's actually going to be sharing in the same cell with P. Diddy. So there you go. That's
Great.
basically
So
what's
Trump
going
has
on.
also given Diddy powerful allies for some reason.
You mean a powerful prey?
I'm not gonna lie, in this situation, I have no idea who's topping and who's bottoming. All I know is Diddy's gonna have more power at the end of this because apparently Diddy's very charismatic. Can you imagine Diddy just getting his own wing? He just escapes to Venezuela and he gets his own country. Oh God, imagine a Diddy run town. The streets are
Yeah,
paved in baby oil.
no, that's a horror movie I'd watch. I'd love to watch that. Pause.
Okay, yeah. But
Anyway,
like also, so the main reason that's the main reason they took Venezuela. Why? What was said about specifically why we took Venezuela? Like, what was the PC reason that was given?
well, Trump did a interview at Mar-a-Lago at 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time after the event happened, where he basically talked about the events that transpired as well as he answered questions from reporters. And he basically said similar things to what I said. He wasn't shying away from the fact that the oil and energy were like a big part of the reason. He actually talked about oil companies being very very happy about this. Maybe I should have invested in some oil
I
companies
forgot.
actually.
He's the meme president. He had to like let them know the meme was real.
Yeah, literally. And the second thing is obviously he was saying like, oh, we did
Speak
this
up a
also.
little bit.
Oh yeah, he said that the people, he did this for the people, and that at the end of the day, it's the Venezuelan people that are gonna, you know,
Rejoice.
benefit, rejoice and benefit from this. But that's all like grandstanding. We both know that Trump doesn't give a fuck about the people. But
So now we have control of Venezuela and the president,
yes,
which is
actually, he said we have for the moment. We actually do have control of Venezuela. He's kind
yeah.
of quasi.
So he
So we're gonna
took.
put a dictator in, like the good old days, Cold War style. The
Are
Venezuela.
they? Do they have applications open for who gets to be the dictator? Because I'd like to apply.
I was actually thinking about that. I
I have
would
some
love to.
ideas. I also would give Diddy a special part of the government, but be a very specific part.
Oh,
It
literally.
would just be the basement, and I lock him up there, and I just throw people in there from time to time.
You're treating them like a.
I give him different types of baby oil. I got him baby oil for his regular fun, baby oil with his rape drugs, baby oil that's like good hydrating, baby oil that had like food on it. Feed him on all baby oil diet, so he's just constantly slippery.
And you're throwing down victims as well in the basement.
Yeah, like let's say like someone's a prolific drug dealer. They've been selling to children. I have them stand before me at the high court, and he's like, "Oh, how much do you want?" I said, "Oh yeah, just give me $30,000." He hands it to me like, "All right, cool." And I press a button, and the floor just opens it out from under him. It falls down. You hear a squelch, and then you just hear from the below. You just hear, "Ain't no pod like a Diddy Potter," and then you just hear him. The dude starts screaming, but to the sound of like freaking LL Cool J's like mixtape.
So basically, you're saying you're going to turn Diddy to like the Rancor.
I'm like, I feel like killing him is such a waste.
No, yeah, he's definitely a monster we can use to our benefit.
Like, we haven't unlocked his full potential. He's like the starter Pokemon. He's still in his man form. You got to feed him a bunch of baby oil, make him all slippery and stuff, and then start throwing down sex toys, and then that's his final evolution.
Exactly. Maybe we'll even. Yeah, I mean, it'll be very interesting to see how him and Maduro interact in jail. Very, very interesting for sure.
I can't wait until they put Mangione in the same jail too.
Mangione is a completely different topic because it's like I wonder what's going to happen in his case. Have you been following it
I've been
at
following
all?
it vaguely. Basically, a bunch of stuff isn't looking like they're going to stick to him because just procedurally they didn't even like arrest him correctly.
Really? Imagine, dude. Just imagine if he actually walks, like he goes free. Think about how crazy that'd be.
I think it's fine because I think there's like enough evidence that he might be innocent, especially because he's not exactly like, I don't
Yeah,
know.
but
It's like
if he's,
50-50. Also, he's like incredibly wealthy, so
I mean, if he's innocent, then he's literally the killer is still out there.
if he's innocent, the killer's still out there. He
Yeah,
should start a podcast, and maybe he already had a podcast. Maybe the reason that maybe during that period of time he was laying low so he couldn't post to a podcast. But now that the new year has started, they're able to start podcasting again.
that's true. That's very,
Okay,
very true.
okay. I know we fuck around a lot on this show, and I keep making references to living in New York. Oh wait, yeah, that's true. I keep making references to living in New York. I would like to solemnly swear I was not the person who the shooter in the United Healthcare situation. That was just a little funny haha I just made. I don't think it's Mangione though.
I'm getting very nervous when you said that. Is there something you want to say?
They don't
Are you
have the
sure?
right man. They don't have the right Luigi Mangione. They forgot. Luigi is just a sidekick to Mario. It's Mario Mangione they're looking for. Eminem.
Imagine if it was just like Cold Brother. Yeah, I'm gonna actually be following that a little more intently now that the legal procedures have kind of been in motion for a while.
They've been
So,
underway for a while. Yeah, we should look into that and then give a little update since we both have law degrees. But anyway, that's been a good episode. Thank you for
yes,
teaching us
sir.
all about Venezuela and oil, both the Venezuelan kind and the Diddy kind. That's going to be like a follow up in Venezuela. Well, technically, I guess Diddy oil is now Venezuelan oil.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
Anyway,
Let's just say Maduro is going to meet a new kind of oil. Anyway,
Venezuela is about to be known for two types of oil because let's also be honest, the amount of oil that fucking Diddy had, it might rival the actual amount of oil that Venezuela has.
yeah, I know. You literally had so much oil, there was no need for the
He
amount of
had so
baby
much
oil.
oil. Costco's like, we don't even sell this much. Like he had like gallon drums of Kirkland baby oil, and then Costco came out and said, we don't make these. We have no idea how he got these. They didn't even sell them. He just went straight into the warehouse. He just knew a dude. He's like, hey, yo, what's up, Henry? And he just would take vats of baby oil away.
Yeah, I mean, that guy was a freak. But
I'm like, why
still,
does he like baby oil? Did you watch the Diddy documentary?
I haven't, but
We'll
actually,
talk about that next. I watched the documentary, and there's some very interesting viewpoints I'd like to talk about. Anyway, make sure to wash your hands, flush, wipe, sit up, bring those legs back to action, and welcome in the 2026. We've officially began, and we're gonna try to be more. We're gonna try to make more episodes. We'll at least try to be monthly.
sure, absolutely.
Yeah, we'll try
And
to make a monthly bathroom episode, and then maybe also some more in the legislature where we look at laws that are coming out.
yeah, absolutely. That's a great idea. And I can update you guys on policy and politics as well.
Yeah.
And that's been it. Remember, we've been in the bathroom, and there's no party like a Diddy party.
Peace.
Hmm.